Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so nothing leaked overnight. I fired up the skid loader before I dropped the cab, and I could see it was leaking from the back side of the valve bank for the bucket and the boom. Well, it didn't start leaking right away. I put the plate back on, backed it out, and all of a sudden there was oil dripping out my hole down there. So I hurried up and fed everybody, drove it back in here, and onto the back side here. It's going to be hard to see with this light, but that right here, when I'm shining the light on, right above that, there's another little round cap up above that one that's shorter. I don't know if you'll see it back there or not. Right there, that one. Oil was leaking around there and dripping down, so found a 3/16 Allen wrench and tried to tighten them up the best I could, and I do not see it leaking now. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna drop the cab, go drive it around quick, pull it back in here, lift the cab, leave it running, and see if it is leaking again. Hopefully that was the problem. They weren't extremely loose, but they were loose enough that you could get probably a good turn on them. Those two machine screws, or Allen headed screws, or whatever you want to call them. So I'm really hoping that was the issue. I didn't see anything else leaking, didn't see anything else wet. I could see it was running out of the back of there this time. So I think what was happening before is it was actually running down the side of the machine over there. So it was hard to see what was leaking, and after wiping that down really good this morning, or last night before I went to bed, then this morning it was actually dripping on that bottom supply hose or pressure tube, pressure line from the hydraulic pump up to the valve bank. It was a little damp on top, so I honestly thought it was that line. And really when I dropped the cab, I saw that it was leaking, so I took that plate back off, put my hand up there, and that bottom hose was soaking wet, so I thought, well, it was that hose. Well, I hurried up and did chores, pulled it back in here, lift the cab while it was running. Like I say, I could see it running down onto that hose. So right now, I have the hose dried off. I'm going to try and wipe that valve bank off a little bit better on the back side, try and get it dry. Now I'm going to go take it for a spin, bring it back in and lift the cab, and hopefully that was what the issue was. If that wasn't the issue, you guys will see another update. Otherwise, we're going to cross our fingers and hope that was the issue, because I would really like to get the tracks put on today so I can move a little bit of manure where I go in and out of the cows lot so I can get in their shed. Right now I can't make the turn anymore. The ruts are getting too deep. That is one of the reasons I want to pour cement going into that area, because where the skid loader turns, where you go in and out all the time, it gets ruts in there and then you can't hardly move around. So, you know, 12-foot wide by 36-foot long pad, or a little longer because my shed sections are 12 feet wide, and basically from where the concrete stops now into where the cow lot is about 34 feet, 36 feet. So I'd like to at least pour that much, if not maybe go 12 feet farther out and then pour a 12-foot apron along underneath the eaves of the shed. But we'll see what happens with that. At least the entry going in and out would be nice for now. But I need the tracks on so I can do a little bit of work right there, so I can get in and bed the cows down again, even though their bedding is dry. It's just, I can't get in and out of their shed right now. I can't turn. Once I get in there, I got to go straight out to where they're eating. And it'd be nice to pile up some manure out there so it's easier to get in and out. But anyway, let's cross our fingers and hope that was the issue. I don't see anything else leaking. That main supply line, pressure line from the pump, it was a little damp up around the fitting up there. So chances are, once we are done this spring with this, I'm going to order or I'll go down and get a new one of those made. So anyhow, that's where she's sitting. Hopefully that was the issue. So anyways, thanks for watching.